Okay, so story time, you guys. So Paul and I have been sharing a car. We bought a Tesla a couple years ago, and we have been sharing that car for about 2 to 3 years now, which honestly is not a problem because we both work from home. We both go to the same places. He goes out when he gets off work. He normally gets off around 3. I get off at 5. So we kind of work that out when we have friends and our family in town. He may go pick them up and then come back and pick me up, things like that. So it's not an issue at all. However, we do know eventually that we need a second car, and I always love SUVs. So over the past week, we went to Mercedes first. I'll talk about that first. We went to Mercedes here in Las Vegas, and we've been there a couple of times. The first couple of times they were closed, or we didn't know they were closed, so we were just like, oh, we'll just come back. Anyway, long story short, we did eventually go, and I wanted the G-Wagon. I wanted to test drive it and all those things. The car was beautiful. They had one in the showroom, and the attitude, or I guess the perception that we got, was that they didn't really want to help us because we were not purchasing the car that day. In addition, Paul wanted a sports car. He wanted to look at a sports car, and he was like, oh, you have to order it. We don't have any right now, but we got something similar or whatever. So we sat in one that was similar to the one that he was looking at online, and it was okay, but it was a used car. And honestly, if you're spending $60,000 to $100,000 or more, baby, we're not buying a used car. It's going to be new off the lot. We're going to customize it, things like that. So no. So I did not test drive the car. Eventually, he did go get the keys for us. So we did sit in the car that he was looking at. I don't even remember what the model. And we did sit in the G-Wagon. I thought the car was nice. I thought that it was smaller than I had anticipated it to be on the inside. But you do have to physically almost slam the damn car door shut because of some type of mechanism or metal that they have on the door, which I've seen on social media. And it's very high up. So I feel like you have to almost jump in the car. And I'm very short. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever. We also wanted to go look at Porsche. So we went, and the experience between the two was night and day. We got there. They asked us if we had an appointment, if we had ever been there. We're like, no. They offered us water. Check. That is a check for me. Experience. I'm all about experience when you're buying that high of a car, and you have to think about those things. So we told him what models we were looking at. He said, okay, if you guys want to stand in the shade because it's 100 degrees outside, please do. I'm going to go get the car keys. Okay. Very nice. So he went to go get the car keys, and I sat in the car, and I was like, oh my God, I love it, and everything is so amazing. Before I can even say anything else, he offered me to test drive the car. So I was like, yeah, we're already in it. Let's go. We test drove it around and everything. It was nice. So the experience, 10 out of 10 at this point. Paul's car, they did not have one because he wants a sports car. And we were able to sit in one that he liked, but he's not really into test driving anything as of right now because he's still deciding what model or vendor he wants, things like that. So all in all, I feel like the experience that we got at Porsche leads me in the direction to buy one. Although my heart really wants the G-Wagon, and we can afford both. But I think for me, it's all about the experience, how people treat you. If they value your dollar, or they value you when you're just inquiring or looking, they'll value you as a client. So I will give you guys some updates. Like I said, we're just car shopping at this point. We may even go to, because we were also looking at a Bronco, or I think there was one other sports car that we were looking at. But I'll keep you guys posted on what we decide.